Welcome to Drawblem Solvers, the show where we draw all the answers. I'm Nathan.
I'm Jacob.
And today we have a very special family-themed Drawblem to solve.
Just in time for the holidays.
Just in time for the holidays. We've got a Drawblem from Sydney Birnbaum at Squidney Bourbon on Twitter, who writes, Drawblem, I'm going on a 1,000-mile car trip with my family. We can't even get along for a 6-mile canoe trip. Help! Oh.
That's rough.
Oh.
I think the first question though is, why was Sydney on a 6-mile canoe
Why
trip
were you doing that?
with his or her entire family?
Oh, Sydney. Sydney. You're going down the wrong river without a paddle.
Well, maybe you probably had paddles,
You probably had paddles,
but that's not going to help your
but
family
you were
arguments.
busy using those paddles on your family.
I like to imagine they were in one long canoe.
Yeah.
Like the whole family,
Just-
mom, dad,
Just one
siblings,
angry
grandma,
canoe.
one big long angry canoe for 6 miles.
So this is like your like bratty little poo-poo head of a younger brother's probably there going like, man, I want my Pop-Tarts.
He's definitely mad. Probably his Game Boy just died.
We need to stop to charge it. Because they're chargeable now. They don't have batteries. And then your sister is probably like on the phone like, oh my god, did you know what I said? And then what he said to me?
This sounds like a juicy story.
Cynthia, are you there? Oh my god, I have such bad cell service. My parents need to get me a better cell phone. I need to get the iPhone 7.
I'm really not a fan of this sister, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I were in Sydney's place, I would also not want to be here.
Sydney, I don't know. Yeah, she's got him on speaker because I drew the phone that way.
Angled away from her face towards the rest of the car so everyone can hear.
And Sydney, I don't know whether you're male or female because Sydney is an androgynous name.
And your Twitter picture does not give us any clues.
No clues. The only clue you've given us is your name's Squidney Bourbon. So I'm gonna assume you're just a squid person.
Yeah,
and you're
perhaps an adopted squid child.
You're just there like, why my family sucks so bad? They're so annoying. Oh.
Such a sad little squid.
And then your mom's probably in the front seat, like trying to do her Sudokus or whatever, you know.
Trying to get the whole car to participate in like car games.
Trying just like, hey, let's play license plate poker, Poctionary.
What's wrong with Sydney's family that they all sound like this?
They're like, I don't know. That's how I imagine. You got kind of a hot mom, Sydney.
Yeah, damn.
Damn, dude.
You didn't tell us you had a hot mom.
You didn't tell us your mom was so.
We
so
found
banging.
out just now when Nathan drew her.
Yeah. Like, hey kids, let's get cars. Just clap along to the music. She got some music around, and then dad's just like grumpy.
The stoic grump dad, traditional stoic grump dad.
He's like, give him a mustache.
Oh, of course. Gotta have the dad stash.
And like hunched shoulders like that. And there's the steering wheel. Okay, so this is the Drawblem. This is where you're at. You're like, what do I do?
And you're here for 1,000 miles.
1,000 miles. You're on mile. You're probably on mile like 2.
Yeah, you just started, and already it is just a garbage scenario.
There's a car. Front of the car. Perfect. What do you do? What do you do? Well, Sydney, Jacob and I are here to help. Here's my suggestion. All right.
How are you gonna save Sydney?
Here's how I would say. You got your family, get your family all there. Dad's fine. Dad's just driving. You know, he might make some dad jokes, yell at the road or whatever, but that's cool. He needs his eyes to see. Everyone else, isolation pod.
Oh man, just right over their head.
Right over their head. And you give them a little cardboard box. Put some headphones in there. maybe some snacks. Boom.
So it's like when you put like blinders in a feeder bag, like on a horse, so they don't start running off or get spooked.
Isolation pods for the whole family. They're just on there. How do you draw? I can't. Here we go.
It's like you've never drawn an isolation pod.
It's like
before.
I've never done it. Here, I wanna show that they're three-dimensional. They exist in three-dimensional space. Remember, three-dimensional draw class? We did it. You weren't there, but we did it.
Yeah, I never learned. I don't know how to do this.
Well, you
never taught me, Nathan.
So here you go. You got mom pod. You got bro pod. Sister can have her phone inside the pod.
That's even better.
She's still talking, but you can't hear it because isolation pod. You
muffled by the box.
It's muffled by the box. Maybe put some styrofoam in there to like extra muffle some of that.
You're gonna need it. She's gonna be talking to Cynthia the entire car ride.
You can even give your dad an isolation pod, but just give him some eye holes so he can see. Just like give him like one of these, like that. Perfect. And then
he can still drive that way.
And now you're the box family. And you gotta give yourself an isolation pod just cause like an extra tall one cause you're squid. Just cause like, you don't want to be unfair.
No.
And also like you'll be alone with your thoughts. Cause I imagine if your family annoys you, you probably annoy them.
Yeah, you're probably like, maybe you squirt ink around.
Maybe you squirt ink around too much.
You whip around your tentacles and smack them.
Yeah, maybe you're getting a little too tentacly, a little too sucky on them, and they don't appreciate it.
Yeah, you got to consider their feelings as well. Sis pod, dad pod,
and
squid pod.
Squid pod. There you go. Got your isolation pods, and then if anyone driving alongside you sees you, they're like, "Whoa, it's a family of robots."
And they'll think that's really cool.
They'll think that's super cool.
They're like, wow, the future is now. Robots can go on family trips.
So
together.
that's my solution for you. If you can get your hands on some cardboard boxes and get your family all on board to wear them, I think this is a pretty good solution.
That's pretty good.
Jacob's got his own solution in mind. So let's get back to the original quandary.
Now slip on in here.
Yeah. Oof, that car ride. That's just seriously though. Why are you going on 6-hour canoe
Don't
trips?
do it. Don't get in a canoe with any member of your family.
Was it hours or miles? It doesn't make. Don't do it.
Is this do I got a new layer here? Yeah.
I made it.
You made it. You did it.
I did it.
So whereas Nathan's solution kind of involved making the most of the car trip.
Right.
My
making
solution,
the least of it.
making it the least annoying
Yeah.
it could feasibly be.
Making the most by taking the least.
My solution involves you just not being there.
Oh, that's a good.
You're not in this car.
You're not.
You can avoid all the annoyances.
Get out of there.
If you pull like a Home Alone scenario, but on purpose.
Do it on purpose. Home Alone.
And,
Home Alone, but not because your parents were negligent. I mean, hopefully they're somewhat negligent.
They have to be a bit negligent for this goof to work.
Right.
Otherwise, they will notice that you have replaced yourself.
Oh.
With like a little button-eyed squid doll.
That's such a good goof.
You've got a little replacement here. That looks like you're dead. Let's avoid that.
Yeah, there
you got little button eyes.
It's like Coraline.
And you're like knitted together.
You want some like good some good cross stitches on there, definitely. Oh, and look how happy you are to be there.
And look, now your family thinks that, oh, look, Squidney is having a great time.
Squidney,
you're never this polite.
Squidney, you've not been so quiet in all the years.
In all the years since we pulled you out of the ocean. You haven't shut up for a split second. Now look at you.
You're like regular having a good time, Squidney.
Having a good time, Squidney. So there's fake Squidney.
There's fake Squidney is in the car.
In the car. Meanwhile.
There's a meanwhile.
Meanwhile, here you are, real ass Squidney.
Real ass Squidney.
At home, we're gonna give you like an armchair here.
Oh, nice.
And you're sitting in
Papa's armchair that he never lets you sit in.
Yeah, Papa's forbidden armchair. The forbidden chair fruit.
You're all up in there, because he didn't expect you to be there, because he thinks you're in the car with him.
He thinks you're in the car. They're never gonna notice. They're never gonna catch on. It's an immaculate goof.
And like anytime your family's like, "Oh, remember that car trip we took?" You just be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
You don't have to elaborate. Just be like, yeah, loved it.
Yeah, it was a good time.
What a trip we had there.
And like, never mention the armchair, but you'll know the armchair.
So here you are. No, you need a more like a.
You're just like
a smirk on your face, like
mm-hmm.
You're giving kind of a little eyebrow here.
Oh, Squidney, you sly cephalopod. We recently discovered that squids are not like discovered, but learned, I guess.
You discovered it? You were the first one.
I was the first one of myself to learn it.
To figure that out? To figure out that trick?
I Wikipedia Googled it.
That's basically a discovery.
Did you know that cephalopods are mollusks?
I don't know anything, actually.
Whoa.
So, no, this was the first thing that I've learned.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
In life. For knowing no things.
I got a lot to catch up on, I'll tell you that. I got language okay.
You got language.
But that's basically it.
I mean, squids, they got those penis heads.
Yep, I knew that from looking at yours.
Yeah.
But before that, I had no idea.
Sure.
Here we go. So we're gonna get you some little tentacles here.
Oh, you're just
having
chilling. The best time.
Maybe you got one tentacle crossed over.
Oh, lounging.
Over, just lounging like this.
Dad's gonna come home and be like, "Why are there suction cup marks on my comfy chair?" And you'll be like, "I don't know. I was with you the whole time."
And he's like, "Yes, your story adds up. Your alibi is waterproof." Get it?
Because like once you get to the destination, like they're not expecting you to do anything with them, right? You're just going on the trip for bonding.
For bonding, yeah.
I remember my family would load up the car, just drive for 1,000 miles. It'd be 500 miles one way, 500 miles the other way. We'd get back home just in time for the weekend to be over.
You didn't actually go anywhere.
Those were dumb trips.
Just driving.
In retrospect, those were really dumb trips.
In retrospect, bad idea. Bad idea, family.
Bad idea, family.
Really dropped the ball on this one.
But hey,
everyone.
You're smarter. You're better. You came to the right place.
You're at home. You got your glass of wine, assuming you are of legal squid drinking age.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know maritime law, so.
No, me either. We're gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah.
Cephalopod drinking age is a thing we need to.
Right. You see, we always discover new things about squids that we don't know on an episode that involves squids, and then we have to look it up and find out.
That's how you learn.
Give him a fat tentacle right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gotta.
And
I wasn't totally pleased with those tentacles.
Because squids have 10.
They do. I don't know if Sydney's gonna.
I mean, he's probably got more.
There's some like maybe tucked underneath.
Yeah, tucked underneath. If you ever notice we didn't draw the right number of tentacles, the rest are
They're tucked.
They're tucked.
They're tucked away. If you may not know this about squids.
That's an old artist trick.
Squids are notoriously shy. They might not want to show you all their tentacles all at once. They want to get to know you a little better first.
I mean, their workout regimen is very confusing because, like, you've got like arms and legs day. They've got so many different legs days they have to keep track of.
Yeah,
and sometimes they'll skip one, and one of their legs will be less toned than the rest.
And that's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing, so they just tuck it.
Yeah. Trying to make this chair make sense real quick.
That's cool.
I like it when furniture would actually work in the real world, at least marginally.
You know Pop's impossible chair?
Pops,
I never understand how he's sitting in it.
Pop's trans-dimensional chair? Why is one of the arms on Pop's chair so much higher than the other arm? I don't know. That's Pop's to know.
Here's why. Because look at Pop's arms. He's got one regular arm and one like.
Oh, he's got one low arm.
Big low. He's got a low arm.
Gotta.
He had that chair custom made.
One arm dipping low.
You and your low-armed Pop. You're in a weird family, Squidney. But you know what? Thanksgiving's the time when you're supposed to be with your family. Whether it's a mannequin version of yourself or just in boxes. Oh, he doesn't have his low arm in this version. The low arm only exists in the timeline that involves the chair.
If you choose to stay at home, then you have to accept you're going to have a low arm, Dad.
By making a decision, you're creating two different timelines, and you know, the ramifications could be astronomical.
Could be.
But we're not here to posture.
That's a different Drawblem for a different day.
That's a different Drawblem for a different day. Squidney, I hope you have a good time with your family. Let's just get that.
What you doing?
We're solved.
Oh man, solved. We did it.
We did it, guys.
You're done, Squidney.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We're very sorry.